If I take an example of a grain, a seed, be it that of rice or that of wheat, this is what we call a whole seed. And if you look at it, usually there is an outer layer in it. And in addition to an outer layer, there is always something here. In corn, we used to call it the eye of the corn. There is something here, tiny, which is, in corn, it is sweet. And the outer layer here is usually the skin. And the inside is always white. That is the inside. What we have been calling processed food, it is grains that are not in their original form. It is that which have been grounded, which have been brought into little tiny particles. If you take corn and you grind it and you remove some things from it, that is refining the corn. Like what we will do and shift the corn, when you take out things from it, that process is refining it. When they grind it, that is processing. Whether you grind it on the stones, whether you grind it in the machine, whether you grind it on another different type of machine, that is processing. And the refining is when things are being removed from it. So when you look at white rice, what we get with white rice is that this outer layer here, the outer layer of the skin, the hard layer, they remove the outer layer, which is called the bran of the rice. When they remove the outer layer, they also remove this one, what we call the eye or the gem. When they remove the outer layer and they remove this one, then they are left only with the white part. And that is what we have with white rice. So with brown rice, you still have the bran in it and you still have the gem in it. And when they remove the outer layer of, be it the rice, be it the wheat, be it the corn, then you are left with the white part. And the white part is mainly carbohydrates. And what is in the outer part? The outer part is filled with fiber. The outer part is filled with vitamins. And the outer part is filled with proteins. The outer part is filled with minerals, the different minerals that we need. So the process of refining it, which is the process of removing the outer part of it and removing the gem of it, is the process of stripping it of the best nutrients that I need, which is the fiber, which is the vitamins, which is the minerals, which is the proteins. And when they remove this, then you are left only with carbohydrates. Why do they do that? They do that because the outer part is harder. And when you have the outer part, it is a bit rough in the mouth. So when they remove it, it is smooth in the mouth. It tastes nice. And it dissolves very easily. When they remove the outer part also because of the minerals and the things that are on it, plus the oil that is here, then it becomes easy for it to be stored. And when they store it in the shelf, it can stay longer without getting spoiled. So they remove it so that it tastes nice, and they remove it so that it can stay longer in the shops and for transportation. And they also remove it because if you take the example of rice, when you cook the white rice as compared to the brown rice, it mixes very well with the sauce that you are cooking it with. And it gives the flavor. The flavor is steady in it. And that is the main reason why they remove. so that it tastes well, so that it feels nice in the mouth, and so that they can keep it longer in the shops. That is the main reason why they do that. What is bad with doing that? When you remove that and you are left only with the carbohydrate, when you eat the rice or when you eat the wheat that have been taken and it is only the inside part, it digests very fast. And that is why if you eat white rice, within an hour, if they take your blood sugar, they will see that your blood sugar have increased. The glucose in your blood sugar have increased. And it is because when you eat the white substance, it digests very fast. It is the glucose in it is absorbed faster into your bloodstream. And when it is absorbed faster into your bloodstream, then your blood sugar increases. And when your blood sugar increases, your insulin also increases. And the consequences of that is that a continuous increase of your blood sugar and your insulin can make you insulin resistant, which is what leads to something like diabetes. The fast increase of glucose also in your blood will mean that your body will want to remove it and store it as fat. And that is what makes people to get obesity, for people to get fat. Because the absorption takes place faster, and when it goes faster, then your body absorbs it faster. And when it is absorbed into your bloodstream faster, then your body converts it faster for storage as fat. And that is what makes you fat. Also, when there is a lot of concentration for the blood sugar in your blood, that also can lead to other diseases. Because the longer it stays in your blood at a higher level, the easier it is for what we call inflammation to take place, which will destroy your blood vessels. And the destruction of those blood vessels can lead to things like, say, that you can lose your eyes, and you can easily get things like amputations, which comes with diabetes. Lots of other diseases also come as a result of that fast absorption. If you eat it with the fiber, what happens is that the fiber helps to hold the carbohydrate and release it bit by bit, bit by bit, bit by bit, and not all at once. And when it goes all at once, then your blood sugar goes high. Also, when your blood sugar goes high and your insulin goes high, then within a short time, you will have what we call insulin crash, and you will be feeling hungry within a short time, even after eating so much rice. You don't just have this with rice. It is the same thing that you have in things like spaghetti, same things like pasta, things like cake, which are made with flour, like bread. When they take bread, it goes, when they take wheat, which they use to make bread, they remove the skin, and the white part is what you get, what we use to make the white bread. The brown bread comes with this, and the brown rice comes with the skin full on it. And that is why they say that brown rice is better than white rice, because it still have its fiber, it still have the vitamins, it still have the minerals, it still have the proteins, and it still have the oils, and the oil that are here is the healthy type of oils. So when you end up eating any of these things that are made with flour, you tend to see that you are hungry within a very short time. And the reason you are hungry within a short time is because your body absorbs everything so fast, and all of those things rush into your bloodstream. And when it rushes into your bloodstream, then your insulin goes high. And when insulin is high as a result of an increase in the blood glucose which comes suppresses the hormones that makes you to feel full, and it increases the hormone that make you to feel hungry. So in terms of, say, you look at something fufu, it's not the corn fufu that is bad, it is how the fufu was grounded. If the corn fufu should not be grounded the same to feel like the flour which is used to make bread, or the one that is used to make puff puff, we should grind it in a way that you can eat it and feel the texture in it. Our parents used to grind their food on the stones. It tastes rough, but you have the teeth that you can chew it. It tastes rough, but it is very healthy. The more you grind, the smaller the particles, the more dangerous it gets. The more smaller the particles, the more bad it gets. If you look at something like, say, corn chaff, which is more full, it is more healthier than corn fufu. And corn fufu is more healthier than something like, say, pap, which is porridge. Why? Because something like porridge is mainly, you have removed all of the skin, all the fiber from it. You've removed even the starch from it, and you are left mainly with the carbohydrates. You are left in most cases, it's just the carbohydrate. And when you eat something like, say, the porridge, you tend to see that you get full, and within an hour you feel very weak, and you feel hungry, and you feel thirsty, and your blood sugar will go up far more faster than it will if you were to eat something like, say, corn chaff. So it's not just what we eat, it is how the food was prepared. So that is the most important thing we need to know. Yes, fruit drinks are also processed and refined, because when you look at the fruit drinks, like the fruit juice is, they have taken it, they've extracted the fiber, which is the thing that will hold the juice together, the skin of the juice. They've taken the fiber out, the same which serve the same purpose like in the seed. When they take the fiber out, what you are left with fruit juice is mainly sugar and water, just with color. That's what you are left with. And if you are drinking fruit juice every time, you have the same problem with somebody who takes sugar every time. I'm not saying it is bad. It is a question is how much of it are you drinking? The same thing, like, will I say that cake is bad? No, cake is not bad. But if you are eating cake every day or every week, then there is a problem there, you know. And if you are eating white rice every time, then there is a problem with it, you know. But it is important that food is being prepared in its whole form. And that is why now there is the emphasis on whole food. And when they say whole food, it means that you are using the grains that are in their full form.